Sheriff Clarke.
Is he our sheriff or not?
Is he our sheriff or not? He announced that he was leaving. The Homeland Security has not confirmed that, and there was some news on a previous incident with Clarke just this morning.
Yeah, actually, since he made the announcement, there'd been news, and more news. I wrote today about some of the records that have come out of a lawsuit as a result of a run-in, very minor run-in on a flight back on January 15th. There was a guy from River West who's getting on the plane, sees Clarke. Clarke's not wearing his Stetson and looking the way he normally does. He was wearing a Cowboys hat and a Dallas Cowboys sweatshirt because it was the day that the Packers played the Cowboys. And he said, the guy says, his name is Dan Black, said he didn't recognize him, said, "Are you the sheriff?" The sheriff said, "Yes." And they looked at him and the sheriff said, "You got a problem with that?" The sheriff says Dan Black didn't respond. Dan said he did respond and said, "No, I don't," and then went to the back of the plane. What we got today were the text message in which Sheriff Clarke told his staff to get this guy, interview him, and not to arrest him unless he became a jerk about things, and then to ask him, why did he say anything to me at all? Why didn't he keep his mouth shut? And then to follow him out of the airport. We also found out today that the feds, the two assistant U.S. attorneys and an FBI agent looked into this for a possible civil rights violation. They concluded a couple weeks ago not to pursue that, but they said they're open to going back into it if some more information is found out. And we also got the audio and video of the case. Apparently the sheriff also called American Airlines to complain about things, said he had been disrespected on the plane. And then we see 5 cops and a police dog waiting for Dan Black and the sheriff when they get off the plane and then walk them through the airport. So you have all that, and then on top of this you also have the CNN allegations that the sheriff plagiarized on his master's thesis.
And Mary, talk about what that was all about.
The plagiarism? So this was apparently a paper that he had written where he took broad chunks of other people's work and inserted it into his own paper. It does sound like there were credits or attribution.
Yeah, he cited the stuff. He just
footnotes.
He just didn't put quotes around it. You also have the issue of that he made this announcement on Vicki McKenna's show that he was getting this job with Homeland Security, and we knew that something was up. We've talked on the show about that he would be a liaison to the cop community, and we heard that he was going through a background check, and we knew that people were calling, checking on, making contacts about him, but no one has yet announced that he's gotten this job other than Sheriff Clarke. And so
all they've said is tweet that they haven't made an announcement right after he announced that he was getting it, so it does raise questions about it.
So there's all this activity.
Will he be our sheriff still?
He even raised the question about whether this could...
He did on Newsmax.
Possibly.
Newsmax on Monday.
The plagiarism, not the plane.
Yeah,
incident.
On Newsmax he said the plagiarism thing could possibly keep him from getting the position, and that he wouldn't hold that against Trump if that happened. But you know, because of his announcement, things are all lining up. You've had Ernell Lucas, who's already announced that he's running. He says he's going to apply for the job as soon as the sheriff submits his resignation letter to the governor, which he's not done. And now you've had Kevin Carr, Sheriff Clarke's former #2, say he's also going to apply for the job. And you would have to guess that Sheriff Clarke would want Kevin Carr to get the position, but all of these things are happening, and Sheriff Clarke is still here.
So no
maybe
official
he'll still be our
announcement.
sheriff.